My name is Marissa Noe, and I am in the Georgetown ward. We moved to Georgetown about 2 years ago, and maybe it's almost 3. I don't know. But we love it here. I was asked to kind of do a little video on how to make holidays more meaningful. During the closing remarks of the 2018 October General Conference, President Nelson said, "I promise that as you diligently work to remodel your home into a center of gospel learning, over time your Sabbath days will truly be a delight. Your children will be excited to learn and to live the Savior's teachings, and the influence of the adversary in your life and in your home will decrease. Changes in your family will be dramatic and sustaining." I had no clue how strong those words would really be or how much they'd mean to me during these really strange times during this pandemic. I think more than ever we've had like all this time to be with our families, and we're together more than we're used to. Even as a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, I've had way more time than I used to have with my children. And sometimes that can be a little bit rough, let's be honest. But mostly it's been very sweet and an opportunity to just really develop my relationships with my children and my family. And spending time together is a treasure. So spending time together with your families is such a treasure. It's something that I've really enjoyed doing during the pandemic. And I've kind of had to think outside of the box when it comes to making the little things meaningful. I think everyone has their own way of making the little things special. And for me, I like to add little magical touches to everyday things to make it just a little bit more special, meaningful, and memorable for my family. So one of the things I think that's most important is to make the little moments special. So the everyday things, you can just add a little bit of magic to your everyday by just doing unexpected things. I have my friend Sasha from the Elkhorn Creek Ward telling us a little bit about what she does sometimes to just make those like everyday moments seem a little bit more special.
May I have another cookie?
Yes, of course, sir.
Let's leave one for our dad.
Yes, ma'am. Mademoiselle, I guess I should say. Would you like another cookie, sir? As you stuff that one in your mouth?
My name is Mademoiselle.
Your name is Mademoiselle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mom?
That's just a way of saying miss in French.
Mom?
Yes. Monsieur.
Do you like how I'm just biting it
Just a tiny bit, so polite, so proper.
Hi. One of the ways that we have romanced the ordinary during COVID was I was just at Aldi and I saw like British tea crackers, like the kind of chocolate biscuits and pirouettes and little things, and I just had the thought to do a tea party, and so I kind of made it as proper as I could. And I happened to do things like this with like my sisters in the past, and so I have collected like just cup and saucer from Goodwill when something strikes me. And so I got a cup and saucer for everybody, and we had a little milk and sugar and just some loose leaf herbal tea in a teapot. And I had my kids invite all their stuffed animals, and we had a tea party. And
they still talk about it and they still kind of request it. So I think it's something that we will kind of do. But I was thinking about it because, yes, obviously it's like something fun to do with your kids, but we also did a COVID like meet up with a neighbor of mine who lives alone and is kind of older, and she doesn't have any family here. And so we did an afternoon tea, like 3 or 4 o'clock on our porch, and did social distancing. And but it was so nice. Like, she brought some cookies from the bakery for my kids, and we just had a little bit of lemonade, and we called it afternoon tea. But it was, I think, just, it could be as simple as like having your lunch on a pretty plate, or having, like, sparkling water in a glass with ice and a slice of lemon or something, just to make your day feel a little extra. It's the little things around here, but I think it does more than you think, and it just enhances your day that much more.
I love how Sasha did that little tea party with her kids. When you are all together every day, day in, day out, doing the same old things, it can get a little bit, I think we can get a little bit discouraged and sad and depressed. And so just adding a little magical touch to your day by doing a tea party or something like that can just really make things seem a little bit special. One of the things I like to do is sometimes I'll have like a vegetable and fruit spread, and I will set up a bunch of my cake plates, and I'll put broccoli and fruit in like little cups like this, or I got it right here. Like I will go to Home Goods and I'll find little things like this, and I'll just pick it up, like just little cups to put them in. Or you could even use cupcake liners. I've done that before too. And I'll just set the table kind of a little bit nicer. I don't know why, but when I put fruits and vegetables in little cups and put them on cake plates, my kids tend to eat them more. Making the holiday special doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to take a lot of effort or money. It's really just the little things. A lot of the times, I just gather what I have around the house and throw it all together. So this morning, I have Lila here to help me. She's going to show you how we make heart napkins. And this is something that I like to do for Valentine's Day. And if you are big into Pinterest like I am, I found a lot of these ideas on Pinterest, and you could also just do a quick Google search and you would find a lot of really fun napkin folds. Hearts are my favorite. So this is how we do it. So you take your napkin and you lay it straight, and you're going to fold it into 4. So first you fold it in half. Okay. Then you fold it in half again. And I try to make sure that the napkin looks semi-nice. Like the bad edge is on the back side. And then you fold them both up to the center. And then make sure that they're even. So then you get something like this, right? Oh, super easy. So make sure they're even. And then you fold down the top into a little triangle. Like that. Got a simple little heart napkin. And you could do this really for any holiday. It doesn't have to be Valentine's Day. It could be any day. I like to just have like a colorful collection of napkins so that I can just add a little touch for each holiday. And, I'll have like a green one for St. Patrick's Day, and then a pink one for pink or red for Valentine's Day. So that's just something that we like to do. So birthdays. I think birthdays can be super special even during the pandemic. Lila had her birthday in April, and we were super sad because it was a big birthday. She turned 8 this year, and we planned on having this huge party, but during the time she turned 8 in April, we were not able to have a large party. We were all in quarantine. We were all kind of sticking together in our family groups. So what did we do? Do you remember what happened on your birthday? We took her outside, and we were drawing chalk on the driveway when all of a sudden
Cars came.
Cars came, and we had a little birthday parade from our friends, which was super special. But we have some of our own birthday family traditions. We like to decorate the rooms with little banners and fill the floor of their room with balloons. And it's a fun little surprise to wake up to, huh? And sometimes, what does Daddy do for you?
Sometimes he puts little balloons by my door, and it turns out when I woke up, it had little balloons.
Like, what kind of balloons? Does he make little balloon shapes?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what?
Like little poodles and stuff like that.
Poodles, flowers. So my husband Adam would make like little balloon shapes for her to put in her room.
He's really good.
As well. So those are just some fun things. And my friend Stacy, who is really also just truly great at making holidays special, sent me a video of something that her family does for birthdays. So I'll just let her daughter Sophie tell us about that.
Hi, this is Stacey Holly and Sophie Holly, and we're just here to share with you a little, what is it called? Tradition that we like to do at our house. So Sophie just turned 12, yay! And one of the traditions we do at our house is just kind of fun and simple, is we do a birthday door. So this was Sophie's birthday door, and she's a very big fan of the what? Hamilton. And so we did a Hamilton door for her. On your birthday, may you always be satisfied. So anyway, when we do birthday doors, we usually do it the night before their birthday, right? And then we pick a theme that the people like. What are some of the themes we've done? So
for my little sisters, we've done cats and bugs. For my older sister, we've done The Office. For my mom, we did watercolors. And then for my dad, we just did like a bunch of different things that he likes to do.
Like randomy quotes and funny things. And we usually just have a bunch of little pom-poms and washi tape, and we print these out, and it's just kind of a fun little surprise when they wake up. There's a birthday door, and it's fun because lots of people like to get involved in it. Sophie's my queen birthday door person because she's really good at it. But just kind of a fun tradition that doesn't cost very much and is really fun. Everyone likes getting their birthday door. Anyway, bye!
I just thought I would go through some upcoming holidays and give a few ideas of what you can do to make the holidays special, even during a pandemic. So one of our favorite things that we did together last fall was actually to rake the leaves. I don't know why that was so fun, but we had a lot of fun. Do you remember that? Mm-hmm. And we jumped in the leaves, and it was just some family time together, just laughing while we worked. It was great. So you can do little things like that. We also like to do nature walks, to talk around our fire pit, and roast marshmallows. It really doesn't take a lot to make a holiday special. For Derby Day, you can make little hats. You can get them at the Dollar Tree, and you can guess. Everyone can guess who the winner is going to be. And you can just have a derby party at home. It can be very special. One year, Adam's birthday fell on Derby Day, so we made a huge deal about it. And that was really a lot of fun. Halloween has become more special to me in recent years, but it's not always been one of my favorite holidays. But there are so many fun things that you can do. One year we had a pumpkin carving party just in our backyard, just our family. But instead of just carving pumpkins, we just added a little bit of an extra touch by putting on some fun Halloween music. I've compiled a playlist for every holiday to kind of set the tone for these little activities that we have. So we had a pumpkin carving party. You can still dress up in your costumes and have a dance party in your living room. I think that that would be a lot of fun. In the past, we've also liked to visit Transylvania University, where they put hundreds of pumpkins on the steps of one of their buildings and they light them up. And that's always fun to drive by. I like to go early in the morning with some hot chocolate in little cups, and we will go look at all the fun pumpkins when there's not a lot of people there. You could also do it in the evening. It's just fun when it's still dark outside and you can see them all lit up. It's really fun.
Oh, yeah.
Another favorite tradition of ours in the fall is Day of the Dead. My sister's husband is from Mexico, so this is a really big tradition for them that they've let us be a part of. And so every year we go to their house, and she has a big Day of the Dead table set up. And then we talk about our ancestors and share some stories with friends. So that's been a fun thing that we've been able to do. And although it's not really a holiday that Americans tend to celebrate that often, it can become something very special to make a part of your family. Okay, so Thanksgiving. I've just been thinking about Thanksgiving this year and how it's definitely going to be different. We probably won't have large gatherings with our families. I don't know. But one of the things that we did during the pandemic is we set up our phone, much like I have right now with this video recording, and we FaceTimed all of our family and we ate a meal together. So we still got to have conversations and talk and see each other. That was very, very special. Another thing that people love to do during the holidays is to provide service for others. That's also become a little bit more difficult. We can't go visit nursing homes, and we can't serve food like we used to. It's all different. So I just thought of a few ideas and how awesome it would be if you could be in touch with a local nursing home and maybe set up FaceTime calls to sing them carols over the phone. I don't know if that will work. I haven't tried it, but it was just an idea that I had that I thought might be kind of fun. A tradition that we started is a blessings journal. We kind of just try and keep it out, but you can take turns just writing what you're grateful for. And just during Thanksgiving, you can look through and see all the blessings that you've had throughout the year. So that's kind of a fun little thing to do for Thanksgiving. Christmas. Again, this is a time where I don't know what Christmas is going to be like this year. None of us really know. So how can we make it more special? I think zooming in your friends and family as you open presents would be a really great idea. We like to have different kind of advents counting down. In the past, we've done symbols of Christ, books, service advents. We've celebrated holidays from around the world. One year, my friend gifted me a wooden service star. So it was just like a little star that would be passed around the family to and then you would do a service for your, like your brother or sister, mom or dad, and hide it somewhere. So make their bed and put the star on top of their bed. So then they know that it's their turn to pass on the service. I thought it was a really cute idea. Wrapping gifts is one of my favorite things. Whether it is a birthday or a just because gift or a Christmas gift, I like to make the gifts look a little bit special and not your typical. So that's one thing I do to make the holidays extra special, is just putting a little bit more time into wrapping the gifts. So I thought I would show a little tutorial on how I wrap my gifts. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a flower gift topper for this gift that I just wrapped. And the first thing you're going to want to do is to cut out some flower petals. Now, sometimes I will layer the flower petals to give it a little bit more whimsy and, different colors and texture. So one of my favorite papers to use is this crepe paper, because you can kind of mold the petals to look like a flower. So I just fold it up and I cut them out into a shape, and it could be any flower petal shape that you like. I just like them all to be about the same size. So I'm going to do that here, and then I am going to make this one a double layer. So I will be using scrapbook paper for smaller petals that will go on the inside of the flower. And you can really use any paper that you want. So you could use scrap wrapping paper, cardstock, scrapbook paper, fabric. I mean, there's just a lot of different kinds of papers you can use. And I've tried all sorts of things. Sometimes I'll also make a leaf to go underneath the flower. And you're going to want to cut out a circle for the centerpiece of the flower. And you can use tape or you can use glue to attach the flower petals to the center. And so I will just kind of see how many petals I'm going to want to use. And as you can see, if you use the crepe paper, you can kind of stretch them out to make them look like real flower petals, which is something I really love. So I'm going to do that here really quick, and then arrange them how I want them. And this is where you might want to add like a little piece of tulle or fabric just to give it some character. I'm going to choose this black scrapbook paper. I just think it will look really pretty. I love mixing patterns and textures, so this is just what I usually do. Oh, here comes a glue stick. My daughter just gave me the glue stick, but I'm actually going to use tape this time. Okay, so I'm going to cut some smaller petals with the scrapbook paper, which I'm going to layer on top of the crepe paper petals. I'll just tape this up really quick. All right. As you can see, this is nothing fancy here. It takes very little time, but it just adds a special touch to your gifts. And really, you could color coordinate. For Christmas, you can make it more Christmassy with reds and greens and pinks. And for birthdays, you could use a favorite color of the person you're giving the gift to. So it's just really simple, but it just makes the gift a little extra special. And it really doesn't matter what you use for the center of the flower because we're going to be covering that up with a pom-pom that we will make out of yarn. A lot of the things that you use to make these flowers you should have around your house, which is another thing I really like about this project, is that I can usually find something that will work to make these flowers, and it still adds that touch of thoughtfulness because it's homemade. I've had friends who've used these flowers and turned them into magnets for their fridge or decorations for their kids' rooms. So they really appreciate that little extra special touch. Okay, so we're going to move on to the pom-pom now. And I just have a big collection of yarn. I love yarn for wrapping gifts because it's a lot less expensive than ribbon and it adds texture. And of course, I can make pom-poms with it. So to make a pom-pom, you just wrap the yarn around your hand multiple times. I don't even really count. I just kind of eye it. And then you take it off carefully. And then you will get another piece of that yarn. And you're going to tie it around the center of the yarn that you just got off of your hand. I don't know how else to explain it. And then you're going to tie it really good. I like to tie it really tight. Just be careful not to break the string. And then you can just cut it off and double tie it, of course. And then you just cut the edges. And once you cut both ends, you're going to want to just fluff it up and then trim to make it look more like a ball. You don't have to be too picky about this. Just make sure it's a general shape. Even if it's uneven, it adds a cuteness and texture to the center of your flower. And I suggest using a hot glue gun to attach this pom-pom to the center of the flower. That is going to stick the best. So, yeah, just fluff it out here, cut and trim just a little bit. Okay, there we go. I'll attach it to the center, and you've got yourself a cute little flower. I'm going to wrap the gift with the yarn, and you'll see what I do here. I'm going to use the same yarn to wrap around the gift, and this is, again, just what I like to use because it adds some texture, and this yarn has a lot of different colors in it, so it's really pretty. But I can use this over and over and over again, and it's just great for gift wrapping. So I wrap it around the gift numerous times and then tie it in a knot. There we go. Yep, I'll tie it in a knot here. Okay, and then once we tie it in the knot, this is where you'll probably want to use hot glue gun again to attach the flower to the top of the gift. And there you go. You have a cute little gift all ready to go. I wanted to take a moment to say thank you for watching this little video. There are so many talented and creative people in our state, and I feel pretty humbled that they asked me to teach. But I just love doing this and making holidays and everyday occasions be just a little bit more special. And I hope that you can take something away from what I talked about today and make your homes a little more special and continue to create sanctuaries of beauty and faith in your homes. Thanks. Bye.